Hi, this is Don Thornton. I'm the short sale guy, and I want to do a quick podcast here about something that really resonated with me, and it's something I think is very important because in my career as a real estate investor, I'm constantly talking to homeowners who are in foreclosure. At least they were before the pandemic hit, but you know what I'm saying. So basically, it's important that you not be salesy and you don't pressure people when you are talking to them, and it's especially important as an investor if you're doing foreclosure investing, but any distress situation, frankly, where a homeowner is under financial pressure and they really feel like that the sharks are circling. It's a feeding frenzy because they're being bombarded with postcards and letters and phone calls and text messages and sometimes emails, and they feel like the entire vulture community is trying to rip them apart, and in the meantime they're going through probably one of the most financially traumatic experiences they're ever going to go through. And I see the mistakes that so many real estate investors make is because they are too pushy and too salesy, and they're so busy talking about what they can do for the homeowner and what they feel the homeowner should do, is they don't listen. They don't listen to what's really going on, because I'm telling you, I've done over 2,500 short sales in my 20-year career. And let me tell you something. There are patterns that everybody goes through, but every single situation is unique because these people are unique. It's not a cookie cutter business. You have to get down and dirty and get to know people. And you can never reach that point or that a level of rapport with them if you're spending your entire time trying to talk about yourself, your company, what you can do for them, what you think is the most important thing to do in their situation, and not listen to what they need and what their thoughts are, and so on and so forth. And I will tell you this. It's a nice picture of Moscow State University in the background. I love walking in this area, by the way. I'm off on a tangent here, but this is my area of refuge when I come to Moscow, because it's just it's so beautiful, so green, and so quiet. You never know it's a major university that we're next to. But anyway, I digress. So one of the biggest innovations that I did as an investor recently was I decided to form a nonprofit, because I wanted to position myself and brand myself as a trusted advisor and not as an investor trying to make money from their misery. And what the fun thing is that I don't know if anyone has ever tried to form a nonprofit in America. It's tough. The IRS will make you wait, and you have to get an attorney, and it can be a nightmare. Okay, so I found a way to get around that, and frankly, I can get a nonprofit formed in 2 hours. I can get the paperwork back and say, okay, your nonprofit's up and running in 2 hours. So if you're interested in learning more about that, let me know. I'll be glad to give you the scoop on that. But anyway, it's now when I speak with a homeowner, I can speak to them wearing my nonprofit hat, and then I have a website for my nonprofit that talks about what their resources are, and I can direct them to articles and content that I've written that talks to them about what their situation is and what things could work and what things couldn't work or whatever, and we go in depth. So basically, I don't know how many pieces of content I have, but I have at least 50 that have to do with every single possible ramification of a foreclosure. It's not just short sales, it's anything. It's what does a bankruptcy do? If it's chapter 7 or chapter 13, can you do a short sale in an active bankruptcy, 13 or 7? Do you still own the house if the bankruptcy has been discharged? What do you do with the house? I mean, are there any tax implications if you do a short sale? And, is it going to be considered taxable income, the amount that the mortgage company is going to forgive? Even as mundane as, How long do I have to stay? Or should I show the house? Should I work with a realtor? Should I work with an investor? What's the difference between a deed in lieu of foreclosure and a short sale? Why is it better, from a credit point of view? Which option has the least damage for me, for my credit? How quickly can I recover financially? All of these things, this is stuff that I have learned over the years, and I am able to leverage my knowledge and my experience, but I do it in a way that is not salesy, because I've got my nonprofit hat on. So I can talk to them about just education. So I have basically offloaded all of my education, the content that I put together as an investor that I would give people and give them access to help them make the right decision. Before, that was just as part of my for-profit business. But now what I do is the very first contacts I make are with my foundation, my nonprofit. Then when we go through and they decide what the best course of action is, that's when I bring them over to my for-profit business, assuming that's what they want. They want a short sale. Now, if they decide they just want to list the property because they have a lot of equity, then I can refer them to my realtor. And of course, as a licensed agent, I can also get, I can get part of the commission as a referral. So that's also nice. And then, if they want to do, try to do a refinance or a loan modification, well, I have people that I work with as well that I can refer out. If they want a cash offer, no problem. I can give them a cash offer and try to take the property subject to and make it worthwhile for everybody. So you see, that's what I believe is a huge benefit that I have in the new the new aspect of my real estate investing career, is that I'm incorporating the nonprofit specifically so I am able to not feel like I'm able to assure them that I'm not a salesy, pushy person, that my agenda right now is to provide them education. And then should they want to move forward with something that my company can do, that of course I can put my other hat on, and I can go ahead and do whatever they need to be doing, whatever they want to be done with my for-profit business. So I would say that when you have a nonprofit, you are able to do this thing, this process, in a way that will make you stand out from all the other sharks. And even though, I guess if you want to be completely accurate, I guess I am a vulture, I am a shark in a sense, because that I do provide the service, but I also am making money eventually from their foreclosure. But I didn't put them in that situation, and frankly, I feel like that it's much better they work with me, because I've been doing this for so long, and with all due humility here, I think my company, we're the best. We had the most experience and the best reputation. I mean, July 14th, 2004 is when I joined the Better Business Bureau. I had one complaint in that time period, and that was just, that was resolved quickly. I mean, imagine that, okay? 2,500 transactions, no complaints. One complaint, I should say, and A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, which I don't talk to people about that either. So, the biggest thing, like I said, is that it has helped me immediately set their mind at ease, because I am not trying to jump on them and talk so much about what my agenda is as an investor. I find out what their agenda is as a homeowner, provide them nonprofit resources that, again, are really just the resources I've always had in my for-profit business. I've just put them over in my nonprofit side, and we use that as the resources to be able to help them get educated on what's best for them, and then help them make the appropriate decisions. And because I will have already made or built a rapport with them and established a relationship of trust and position myself as the expert in this field, then I'm going to work with them, and then it's going to make sense for me financially with my for-profit business. So I would say that I could go all day long about how to talk to people, how to build rapport, and so forth. But the simple decision I made to form a nonprofit helps keep me in my lane, as it were, to not be salesy. And if you're interested in learning how to do nonprofits and how to get them and how to work with them, and then also how to get $10,000 worth of free Google ads along with that, then reach out to me and I'll be glad to talk to you about how you could do that. So in the meantime, I want to thank you for joining my podcast, and I look forward to having you on my next pod. Thanks. Bye.